what are the odds of this happening twice in the same spot? God willing, I'm going to make it back to the parking lot. Good morning. I had to cuddle up with my bike last night because it barely fits in here. Like, next to the bed, it takes up all the room. I had to take my cooler and bring it to the front and everything. It took me forever to get up and going this morning. I left my campsite at like 5 or 6, and then as soon as I got to the trailhead, I was like, you know what? I could use a little bit more sleep. So I took a nap in the parking lot for like 2 hours. And to be honest, I think I needed that. Like, I think I'm healthier for it. I've been running on fumes lately, but we're here now. We made it to the trail. You got a friend. I was just sitting here watching that one woodpecker, and then his friend came up and they started making out, which is cute. He's probably feeding him worms or something, but like still kind of adorable. It's hot out today. I'm usually tarps on. Today, I'm tarps off and I'm smothered in sunscreen. Can't let it get to me. The trail's finally kind of opening up. This is why I say bikepacking in Crocs actually does come in handy, because I'm about to cross this river to get to the rest of the trail. And like, imagine if I was wearing like clip-ins or something right now. Let's talk about props to the Crocs. This is really cold water. Oh my god. Oh. There was a couple times back there I thought I was for sure going down. Like I was hitting rocks left and right. And like my my bike packing setup on my gravel bike is so dialed, but on my mountain bike it is so not dialed. And so this weight was just wobbling left and right as I was hitting big old rocks coming down that hill. And it was so fun, but I really thought I was gonna fall at the end there. But I saved it. Check out the mountains.
Yeah, wow, that's so great.
Wow, it was so great. And then I also saw Sunset Boulevard.
That was pretty steep. I don't know if you can tell, but I was trying not to get off my bike at all and just make myself ride up all the hills, but that one was like damn near impossible. Like I was sliding. My tires were sliding over as I was trying to pedal hard. Too much weight in the back of my bike, I think. This trail has just been a lot of up and down and up and down and up and down. Like it's been chill and not chill at the same time. Look at these itty bitty strawberries. They're so teeny tiny. Check it out. I just climbed a bunch of hills and I get to go climb some more hills. All the way up there. And then who knows what? Maybe even more hills. I'm pretty close though. I'm eating some tuna. I was so tired. And I was like, why am I so tired? And then I realized I've been biking for like 4 hours and I haven't taken an actual break at all. Because in my head, I think that I did this to myself. In my head, I was like, oh, I only have like 20 kilometers to do today, which relatively speaking is not that far. I was like, oh, my fly's down. Sorry about that. So I was like, oh, it'll be kind of easy breezy. Like it's nothing crazy. But I think you should, I realize I should never go into anything with the mindset of like, oh, it's probably going to be kind of easy, because that makes it harder. Like even if it was actually kind of easy, I think thinking that it's going to be easy makes everything feel harder. Maybe I'm just tired today. I don't know. I had to nap after I woke up this morning and I never do that. But it is quite, oh, I forgot hot sauce. Poo. It is a really pretty day. Arguably too pretty. It is so hot. I've been sweating all day. There's supposed to be a meteor shower tonight, so I'm hoping the skies stay clear enough that I can watch the shooting stars from my tent. I'm getting eaten alive by bugs. I will say this is an excellent peach. Like perfectly sweet, a little bit tart, soft but not like mushy. You don't get those every day. tent pad number 3. Finally made it. Obviously I have to walk around and see if there's any cooler spots, but I think this might be my spot for the night. Whoa, this is not as sturdy as it looks. This is kind of fucked up, actually. Happy to be here, man. Today was kind of long, and I think it's my fault for not expecting it to be long, but it was kind of long. And I hate to say it, because I don't think it's entirely that, but I think also the setup I have on my mountain bike is not the best for what I was doing today. I did attempt, actually, to get a more mountain bikey setup for this last summer. I tried to get one of those racks that kind of sticks up over the back tire, but the size of the mountain bike I have is like on the higher end of what fits me. Like I really wanted this bike specifically when I bought it, but the only one that came with 29-inch tires was the medium size, and I just fit on the medium size, like just barely. And so when I'm riding, like pedaling, my dropper post isn't that high up, and it doesn't leave me a lot of room in the back to have that style of like bike rack. I don't really have enough clearance over the back tire, so that's why I couldn't really go with that type of thing. And I also just don't really have a lot of ultralight gear, so I was clunking around today, basically all day. I had stuff dangling off me and off my bags, but I didn't lose anything. I didn't fall. I feel like today was a good day. I mostly bought this bike because I wanted to do more single track riding and not so much because I wanted to bike pack with it. But once I had it, I was like, wow, that opens a whole new door of opportunity for stuff that I can do. I don't know. That's what's going on with the setup, if you were wondering. I love lying down in my tent after a long day. Like, I don't feel like setting up my bed or anything. I just want to lie here and chillax. I managed to forget my sleeping pad, and I've never done that before. I had everything packed, and I was like, you know what, my bags don't seem as full as they usually do, but I didn't really think anything of it. I thought I just brought less food or something. And the kicker is, it was on my list. I even like took it out in order to pack it, but I didn't end up actually packing it. And so I'm just sleeping on the forest floor tonight, basically. That's weird. I must be really out of it today because I have never done that. On the bright side, I don't have to blow that thing up. That's like my least favorite part about camping, is blowing up that mattress every single time. So there's that. But I think I might be kind of cold tonight, which is a bummer because I was really ready to sleep so hard. I think it's going to be a weird sleep, but it'll be fine. Just made my dinner. I boiled a big old pot of water from that stream behind my tent, and then I spilt the entire pot all over my stuff and my table. So I'm airing out my toilet paper. It's become one wet block. And I'm sitting here in this beautiful field, and guess which mountain I'm staring at right now? That mountain right there is Mount Ray, which I climbed like a couple weeks ago. I was on the other side of it. I didn't actually get this same view that I'm seeing right now, so now I feel like I get the full picture. I'm sitting here waiting for my dinner to cook. I was also talking to this guy at the campsite, and he was like, oh, where were you coming from today? And I was like, oh, I just did the big elbow today, and I'm looping around the little elbow tomorrow. And he was like, oh man, I feel for you. And there were so many hills. Like, he was like, I was walking a lot, and I was like, yeah, me too, buddy. I was also walking a lot today. But now I'm here, and I'm happy to be where I'm at. Today has honestly been really fun and chill since I got off my bike. My only concern is staying warm tonight because I am sleeping on the cold ground, but I think I mean, I'll live, but I think maybe I can swing it and try to like put some random junk under me so I'm a little bit insulated and hopefully stay kind of warm. Last night was not one of my favorite nights. I was using my clothing bags as insulation from the ground because the ground was really cold. Then I had my pillow, backpack, and my legs were laying over my bike bags, which are super lumpy in the back. And I had my first aid kit over my tailbone that was like poking into the ground. Definitely like one of the bottom 5 sleeps I've ever had. But I did get up at like 2 to see the meteor shower, and that was really cool. And I bet you if I had a comfy bed, I would have just slept right through it. So at least I got to see that. I just use a little carabiner to keep my straw for my water bladder like up and off the, just not dangling around. And I have my silly little GoPro harness that I should put on to carry you with me. Climbing first thing in the morning, as per usual. Okay. It's pretty breezy today, which is either going to be really nice or really not nice. But I'm hoping it's really nice. Because it's still really hot. I'm already tired. Okay. Good hill. Good hill to start my day. You know, I will say that those outhouses at that campsite were some of the nicest, cleanest backcountry outhouses I've ever had the pleasure of peeing in. They were so nice. Yeah, my chain popped off right after I climbed up this hill. I got it back on, but I'm just lubing it up to make sure everything's running smoothly. Dust in there. Why is it always this trail? I get trouble on this same trail every time. Okay, let's test her out. I think we're good. Good! All good! Chris is up there. All good! Alright. I'm praying that the bike mechanic gods have mercy on me, because last time I was on this trail was last fall and I had derailleur issues and I had to turn back like less than halfway through. And I came prepared this time, sort of kind of knowing how to fix those issues if they came up again, but I wasn't actually expecting that. So like hoping all the mechanics go smoothly and I can get back to the parking lot in one piece. We're in action. The bike's rolling. Ready for like the fun downhill part. So far I don't know how long I've been biking, but there hasn't been one flat to downhill section. I'm learning one of the biggest difference between like road and gravel bike packing and mountain bike packing is that when there's like a long, steep incline on my other bike, I can just crank the gears down low and like ride it out, even if it's like a slow ass ascent. But on the rocks like this, like I can't generate enough momentum to keep myself going up these hills at a slow speed like that, if that makes sense. So it's a lot of pushing. Like I'm about 3 kilometers into my 20-kilometer day, and it's been straight uphill the whole time, and I only biked for like maybe a half a kilometer of it. I've just been pushing. I do have candied peanuts, so that helps. Looks like I might be lucky enough to get a descent sometime soon. I feel like we might have reached the peak of the hill. Oh, hey. Woo! Okay, this is fun now. I think I just lost my sunglasses. I'm gonna go back. Hang on. That was so fun. Woo, that's what I'm here for. That's like the fun stuff. Where are my sunnies? I should just put those on. I saw them fly off a second ago. Sunglasses. Where are you? No, you're around here somewhere. Ah, there it is. Unscathed. Perfect. That was so fun. That's what I'm talking about. That's the whole point of doing all that climbing. So fun. I think I can do this like 6 eyes because I need my other glasses to like actually see. Okay, take 2. Part 2 of the fun part. Hi. You doing all right?
Doing great. How are you?
Great, thanks.
Oh.
One more unfortunate thing happened. I was hearing like a weird rubbing noise on my tire and I couldn't figure out what it was. And as it turns out, I lost one of the screws from my bike rack. I, being the smart person that I am, did not bring an extra. So the left bag is kind of rubbing on my tire. Like it's still on, but it's not like good. So what do I do? Because I just got to the fun part. I don't want to have to stop and walk now. We got to figure something out. I have my multi-tool, but I don't know how much use that's going to be to me right now. I have this old thing, but I don't really know how to swing this. Okay, what are the odds that my little GoPro stick thing is going to fit in here and save the day? What are the odds? The odds are actually pretty good, dude. No freaking way that that's working. Not a permanent solution because I don't have like anything for the back of it, but like, hey, maybe, you know? Okay. For now, that could work. I just gotta find something to put on the back. Did the GoPro stick just save the day? The GoPro stick that's broken in 4 places already? Maybe. This is like bandaging from my first aid kit. Doing first aid on Bucky's bike rack. Now, I don't think that's gonna hold like super well. Like mechanically, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like structurally, engineering wise. And I normally, man, what is wrong with me? I normally have at least like zip ties or something, or duct tape, but not today. All bandaged up. I hope you heal. We'll see. We'll see. I hate to admit it, but something about this bikepacking route is cursed. Like last time I tried it, a bunch of shit went wrong, and this trip a bunch of shit also went wrong. And like mostly my fault, to be fair. Maybe I shouldn't blame it on the universe, but like I think I should never come back here. I think we should be good. The bags are back on. It looks like it's not gonna rub as long as I don't ride too crazy, but like riding crazy was kind of the fun part, so I don't know. We're gonna see. Alright, well I don't hear it rubbing yet, so I think we're okay. We're in the clear. Oh no. I hear some rubbing. Oh boy. It was going so well. What happened? Bro, you have got to be kidding me. The one on the other side fell out too, and I just tightened it when I fixed the other one. What is happening? Like on the exact same spot. And I tightened it right after I fixed the other one. So what's happening? I have one more GoPro thing on this, but I don't have any more gauze to like wrap it with. So the stuff I like about bikepacking is the riding and the traveling and the adventure. And the stuff I don't like about bikepacking is that like there's always some stuff to deal with. I don't think I've ever been on a bikepacking trip where there wasn't something I had to fix or maneuver or MacGyver together. I have one last GoPro stick thing. This trip has kind of been a comedy of errors, I think. I don't have any string. Glue. Do I have glue? No. Do I have... Oh yeah, I have just about nothing. Now I think this is risky, but I do have this little like wrist strap from one of my cameras, and I could use it to tie around the thing, but if it comes undone, then it's like arguably more dangerous because it's right by my gears. But what options do I really have? I think I'm gonna start sticking to single track riding on this bike. That's what I got it for, and I think that's what it should be, you know? What are the odds of this happening twice in the same spot? This bike rack has been used once, so like what? I need to make that just a little bit tighter. What can I do? Carabiner. I have a carabiner. Okay. This is kind of messed up. I wrapped the skinny part of the cord a few times around the back of the screw, and then wrapped the thick part around the front really tight, and then I carabinered it to this thing. And God willing, I'm going to make it back to the parking lot. And it might rain. To be honest, it's looking like it's gonna rain. Let's go, dude. Well, I've made it past the Mount Romulus campsite, which means I probably only have about 10 kilometers left, which is great news. And on top of that, the Little Elbow Trail that I'm on today is a lot chiller than the Big Elbow that I was on yesterday. So there's still some rocky sections, but it's not nearly as bumpy and crazy as it was yesterday, and I'm getting a lot more descent, so I think I'm happy with that. I'm back to enjoying my ride. Hi. I'm great, how are you? Yeah. Hello. That's so Oregon Trail vibes. I've been really into the Oregon Trail lately, like reading stories about it and listening to podcasts about it. Oh, and I watched 1883 for the second time. And I always wondered what it's like in those horse-drawn carriages, wagons. Really giving Oregon Trail. Also, I obviously can't record quite as much now that my GoPro straps are out of commission, but I just want to let you know that I'm alive and well, and I probably have about 8 kilometers left of pretty chill riding. Medium chill riding, I would say. And everything's gonna be okay. I think, yeah, everything's gonna be fine. I've never been more excited to see my van. Hey, Coco. Why was that the hardest one-night trip that I've ever done? And for no good reason. It shouldn't have been that hard. I realized the reason I thought it was going to be easy was because the part that I did last time, the stretch from here to Mount Romulus campground, was actually pretty chill. So the only part I had been on before was the chill part. And I kind of assumed all of it would be the chill part. But it wasn't. Oh, and my bike rack repairs held up. Let me show you. Still in. Still in. Not too shabby. Not too bad if I do say so myself. Not too bad given the circumstances. What an interesting couple of days. I have work tomorrow, so I actually have to go home. Also, Chris and I were biking on the same way on the way back, so I was thinking I might see him at the end, but I think he probably got way ahead of me with all the stopping I had to do. You know what's funny? This morning, I was in my tent. I was just starting to get out of bed, and I heard a guy outside my tent being like, "Hey, is anybody in there?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Are you Chris?" I was like, "No, I'm Jenna." And I thought he was a park ranger, checking for permits or something. And I was like, "Oh, Chris is a couple tent pads back." And then I got up out of my tent, and I realized it was a police officer. And I was like, oh, shoot, did I just accidentally rat out Chris for something I didn't know about? But as it turns out, Chris was a missing persons. Not actually, but he had the wrong dates on his permit. He thought he had a permit for today, but it was actually for yesterday. And so his family thought he was missing. And they sent a police officer on a dirt bike to come up the whole trail to come look for him. And he was there. That's the whole story. Classic Chris. I don't actually know Chris that well. Oh, that's not cute. Well, thanks for hanging out with me for the big elbow, little elbow loop. I am literally never coming back here. I think also I'm gonna stick to single track riding on my mountain bike and leave the bike packing to Sandra, my gravel bike, probably from now on for the foreseeable future. And I hope you have a great day. Bye.